Hey, what's up? This is Jbat, and today I'll be doing a film review for Batman and Robin. And this is the final film in the original Batman film franchise, which lasted from 1989 to 1997. And this will be my review for this film that featured Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy as the two villains and introduced a new heroine, Batgirl. So this will be my review for Batman and Robin. Hey, what's up? It's me, Jermaine, and today I'm gonna do my film review for Batman and Robin. And this is the fourth and final film in the original Batman film series, and it was directed by Joel Schumacher, who also directed Batman Forever. Now, this film features like two villains again, just like Batman Forever had the Riddler and Two-Face, except this time they have Mr. Freeze, who is played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Poison Ivy, who is played by Uma Thurman. So this will be my review for Batman and Robin. And also another sidekick is introduced too. You have a Batgirl who is introduced into this film too as well, and she's played by Alicia Silverstone. Alright, so this is Jbat, and this will be my review for Batman and Robin. Now, this film is known for being like terrible. Like, it was truly criticized for being like supposedly like an awful film. A lot of people hated it, like a lot of the critics. I think even the fans like hated it a lot. You know what I'm saying? When it was originally released in 1997, like the criticism towards it was like just completely high, and it also kind of I think helped kill the series in the end, because this was the final film of the Batman film franchise from 1989 to 1997. It didn't really do too hot at the box office. I know it still grossed over 100 million, but and I'm sure it made its budget back too, but it was still considered like a flop. And then it was the end of the film series for a long time, for almost 20 years, until it was rebooted with the Christopher Nolan franchise, which is Batman Begins, you know. But back then, this film, and even now, it still has like a lot of criticism. But when I originally saw it, and even now, I thought it was a good film. I was serious. I really enjoyed Batman and Robin. I thought it was a cool film. And it does kind of have like some corny lines sometimes. You know, like some of the the speech, like the script that was written was kind of corny at times. But if you're looking for like a slam bang, like straight up like fun action film, you can't beat it. It truly is a good addition, from my opinion, to the Batman film franchise. Now, the film opens with like a spectacular like action sequence at like a museum featuring Mr. Freeze, who is played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Batman and Robin have a confrontation with him, you know, and then eventually like the battle leads into like the sky. They go up in like some kind of like an aircraft thing that Mr. Freeze takes up into the sky. Then they have like a spectacular air chase in the sky with Batman and Robin chasing after Mr. Freeze in the air. He's like gliding down back towards Gotham City, and they're on like I think they use the doors almost like surfboards, and they're like, you know, gliding through the air on the boards. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like the open action sequence was excellent, and it probably was the coolest action scene of the entire film. And like I said before, Arnold Schwarzenegger plays Mr. Freeze now, you know, and he has like an origin, you know what I'm saying, in this film or whatever. He's also one of my favorite villains too, Mr. Freeze. That is one of my favorite villains. Like, his origin tale is revealed in this film. He was like a doctor known as Victor Freeze, and he was working on a cure for his wife Nora Freeze. And then somehow he got caught up in some kind of like accident, and it made his body like get completely like, you know, like ice cold, and he has to depend on like cold weather to survive. He has to be like a complete cold weather to survive. And that is why Mr. Freeze has to wear like this ice suit that he wears to keep his body completely cold, because that's the only way he'll survive. And I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was cool as him. Like, yeah, and he was kind of funny at times, you know what I'm saying? Like like some of the lines he had were kind of funny. But some of the lines he had were also like kind of corny and campy, you know, that's like kind of off. But I thought he was okay, you know. And I know like a lot of critics was always hitting on the Arnold Schwarzenegger performance as Mr. Freeze, you know. But I thought he was okay. Then you have Uma Thurman. She plays Poison Ivy, and her character is introduced kind of later on, you know, and it shows how she becomes Poison Ivy. And she's also one of my favorite Batman villains, Poison Ivy, but her real name is Pamela Isley, and she her like I think her boss at the place that she worked as like a doctor or whatever. He causes her to have like an accident. He tries to he does kill her, and like toxins and like all that poisons and stuff get into her body and it resurrects her and she becomes Poison Ivy, and her body is like completely, you know, toxified. She has like the poison running through her system, so just a kiss from her can kill you. So and I think that's kind of like interesting, you know, like the idea of Poison Ivy, you know, just a kiss from her could, like, you know, kill you or whatever. Now during the sequence of Poison Ivy, when Pamela Isley becomes Poison Ivy, Bane is also brought into the film too, and he's one of Batman's like enemies, and he's known for breaking Batman's back in the comic book series. You know, in the comics known as Nightfall, he's introduced in this film too, and he's played by I think it's Jeep Sweetson, and that guy also died back in the 90s too. He had like died of heart failure, I believe, but he plays the Bane role, and he was like a former wrestler. Jeep Sweetson, the guy that plays Bane. But yeah, he does okay. Now Bane in this film, he doesn't seem to be intelligent. He doesn't really say that. I'm saying he'll say like one-liners like Bane. I was saying he'll flex and stuff like that, but he doesn't really talk and have like the intelligent voice that he's known for having. You know, he's kind of like played as having like a low IQ in this film, but it was okay. I'm saying he looked at just how Bane looked in the comics with the mask on, and he takes the venom to pump up, you know, his muscles to get, you know, steroid, you know what I'm saying, like big, you know. But now yet again in this film we have like a new actor playing Batman. Now we have George Clooney in the role of Bruce Wayne and Batman. Now previously Michael Keaton played the role 2 times in Batman and Batman Returns, and then Val Kilmer took over in Batman Forever. So now we have George Clooney playing the Bruce Wayne Batman role in this film. And I thought he did he's pretty cool. I thought he was kind of, you know what I'm saying, he kind of like laid back, you know what I'm saying. I thought he was good as like Bruce Wayne, like his Bruce Wayne performance. I thought he was cool, and he was good as Batman too. You know, he was pretty good as Batman. And Chris O'Donnell, he also returns for the 2nd time as Dick Grayson, Robin. You know, and I thought Chris is good in the role of Robin. I like him as like, you know, the Robin or Dick Grayson. I thought he was pretty cool in that role. You know. Now, and also new to this film is Alicia Silverstone as Barbara. Now this is where the film kind of like detours. It gets kind of off, you know, because Barbara Gordon. I mean, you know, Barbara. Her real name is really Barbara Gordon, and she's the daughter of Commissioner Gordon in the comics. She is actually Commissioner, you know, Jim Gordon, Commissioner Gordon. She's his daughter. But now in this film, they have her cast as being Alfred's niece. So, and her last name is no longer Gordon, it is Wilson, so it's Barbara Wilson, but she keeps the first name Barbara. So I thought that was kind of off, and I kind of knew about that, how they kind of detoured off from like how the comics origin of her, you know, is, you know what I'm saying. They actually have her being Alfred's niece in the film, but in the comic books, you know, the comics or whatever, she's actually Commissioner Gordon's daughter, you know. So I thought that was kind of, you know, that kind of throws it off balance somewhat, but it's still okay. And I thought she was pretty good as you know, as Barbara Wilson instead of Barbara Gordon. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually she becomes Batgirl and joins, you know, the 2 Batman and Robin, you know, and so on. Now one of the other touching things of this film is like how we get a very good look at Alfred. He's like, he has become like sick, you know what I'm saying? So he's like because of old age and stuff, he has like this disease called it has a name for it, I forgot what it's called. He has like a disease or whatever, and he's actually like dying in the film. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I thought that was kind of like touching that we got to get a very good look at, you know, like Alfred, you know. So I always thought that was kind of cool, you know. And the film itself, like I told you, I thought it was pretty cool. I enjoyed Batman and Robin. I remember even going to see it 2 times when it was in the theaters. I went and saw it 2 times at the movies. I thought it was fun. It wasn't good as Batman Forever if you like count going by the 2 Joel Schumacher films, because he returns as the director of this too, Joel Schumacher. It wasn't good as Batman Forever, but it's pretty good. It holds up. It has its own distinct art direction, just like Batman Forever. with like the colorful like Gotham City and stuff, which I thought was cool because it looks very comic booky, you know. And plus, like the technology of Mr. Freeze, like his ice suit and his gun. I like that his gun was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like when he shoot like the ice and he could freeze up everything. I always thought that was cool. And Mr. Freeze, anyway, is one of my favorite Batman villains of all time. Even Poison Ivy is, but I really am a big fan of Mr. Freeze though himself. But yeah, like, in the film, it still has like all like the wonderful like cool gadgets, like the grapples, like lasers and stuff like that. You know. All the gadgets are cool. They have like the Batmobile. Robin has a bat cycle now, like a motorcycle thing he has now, and I thought that was cool. And there's also like towards kind of the end of the film, they introduced like these like I think like bat skis and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now those were kind of cheesy, but they looked cool. And the new bat suits towards the end were awesome. Like they had like because when Batgirl joins the crew, all three of them like wear the same kind of, you know, like black and like silver, you know, like suit, like color of the suit towards the end. I always thought that was very cool to wear their suits look towards the end of the film. But like throughout the beginning of the film, where like most of the film, like the suits that Batman and Robin wear, they were okay. I prefer Batman's suit over Robin's on. Like the look of Robin's suit, it was kind of, it was okay. But I like how he looked on Batman Forever versus how he looks on Batman and Robin, you know, because he has like this red like bird symbol across his chest, and I thought that was kind of off, but it was okay. And they still had like the controversial nipples that they was always talking about at the time too, like the nipples on their chest. They still had that on like both, you know, like Arkham Asylum. It shows up in this film too again, you know, because there's a point in the film where like Poison Ivy has to team up with Bane to help break Mr. Freeze out of Arkham Asylum, and I thought that was kind of, you know, cool. And they had like some touch-up moments that were kind of like reminiscent of Batman the animated series, Mr. Freeze, you know, kind of reminiscent like some of the things, like his ice thing of like Nora Freeze of the Ice Girl, and his glass thing, because it's based kind of similar to the episode Heart of Ice. I think that's what it's called from Batman animated series with Mr. Freeze on it. It was kind of very similar to that. But yeah, Michael Goff, he does a good job as Alfred too, you know. And I told you it's good to get like a good look at Alfred, you know. He has a much stronger performance, like a larger performance seemed like in the knees than he did in the other Batman films. Then Pat Hingle, he returns as Commissioner Gordon, you know. And I told you that was one of the big things of the film too, you know, is the idea that Barbara Gordon, well, her name is Barbara Wilson, is from the Batgirl, Alicia Silverstone role. She's really Commissioner Gordon's daughter versus her being Alfred's niece in this film. So that's kind of, you know. And this was the last of the Batman films that were released, you know, from 1989 to 1997. And it was the fourth film, and it was the second time Joel Schumacher directed this, just like Tim Burton did 2 times, Joel Schumacher did 2 times, you know, in the director's chair, you know. But the only 2 that remained throughout the whole series was Pat Hingle as Commissioner Gordon and Michael Goff as Alfred. They are the only ones that remained throughout the whole like all 4 films, you know, of the bunch, you know. Even Chris O'Donnell returned as Robin for like 2 times, you know. I thought that was kind of cool, as Dick Grayson for like 2 times. Now throughout the film, him and Batman, they have like a lot of like relationship problems, you know what I'm saying, like confrontations. And I guess it kind of explains what leads to him eventually becoming like Nightwing in the comics. Not in the film, he does become Nightwing in the film, but like in the comics or whatever, he eventually went on, became Nightwing, I think because of the stuff that was going on between him and Bruce, you know, or Batman, you know. But in the end, I thought this was a good film, and to be honest, now it has its flaws. It could be kind of campy and corny, and at times it could be kind of cheesy in some of the lines, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like campy, you know, corny, you know. But I thought to this day, I still believe this was a good Batman film. And I would highly recommend it, you know, especially if you're a fan of like Batman and Robin, you know. Period, like them 2, you know what I'm saying, if you prefer them 2 together, I would highly recommend it. And you can clearly tell that the series, just like Batman Forever was heading more towards like how the 60s television series was. It's kind of on that level. It still had kind of serious, but you can still tell that was the direction ever since Joel Schumacher took over with Batman Forever that the series went in, you know. I don't know if that's what eventually killed it off at the end, you know, in the end, but you know what I'm saying, you can tell that's where it was going. But I thought this was pretty good. You know, it has like a couple of songs like R. Kelly, Gotham City. They're not really in the film, but they were on the soundtrack. And you had like a song from Bone Thugs and Harmony, "Look Into My Eyes." You know, you even had that too on, you know what I'm saying, on the soundtrack. But yeah, I thought this film was good. This was released in 1997, and this was the last of the Batman film franchise. You know, but I thought this was good. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? It holds up well. You know, I thought I'm saying that there was always criticism against this film. I thought this was good. I enjoyed it. I would recommend it, especially if you're like a Batman fan. You know what I'm saying? I would highly recommend it from my point of view. And I'm a big Batman fan. You know what I'm saying? He's my favorite superhero, and I would highly recommend watching this. It's better than what most people say. If you're looking for like a good, straight up, action-packed, fun film that's good on your eyes, like the colorful comic booky feel, you know, you would really enjoy it. I think you would enjoy this. So this is my review for Batman and Robin, and I would recommend it. And again, my version of Batman and Robin was from the Batman Motion Picture Anthology Collection, which had all 4 films from 1989 to 1987. Because you had Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and the final film, Batman and Robin, in this collection. Now, eventually, I may return and do like a review for like the features that were on all those discs. You know what I'm saying? I might do like, you know what I'm saying, like the commentaries they had and stuff like that. You know. So yeah, this would be my. I know like Tim Burton had commentaries on his, and like Batman and Batman Returns, he had commentary, and even George Schumacher has commentaries on these too. So yeah, this would be my review for Batman and Robin. And again, this is Jbat. In the end, Batman and Robin is a great film in the Batman film franchise that lasted from 1989 to 1997. This film was always criticized for being awful and terrible, but I thought it was a fun film, you know. I enjoyed it, and if you're a Batman fan, you know, I would definitely recommend it. I'm saying it could be over the top at times, but I thought it was cool, you know, the art direction for it, you know, the performances and all that work, I was okay with. And if you're just looking for a slam bang good time, I would highly recommend Batman and Robin. Alright.